Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry, and today looking at Trubisky's incompletions, interception sacks versus Detroit Lions. The coaching film at least comes up on Tuesdays, no matter when the game is played. So that's why I'm getting around to it now. Did the run game with David Montgomery, so you want to check that out. That'll be in the description section. For everybody supporting, thank you again. If you feel like supporting financially, check out the Patreon. That's about it. We know how this thing kind of goes. I'll get around to the completions as well. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get this started. Only got 10 plays. Hopefully this doesn't go too long. But there's always a lot to break down. So here we go. Shoddy. 2x2. I didn't see what down it was. And we've seen this issue on the deep ball before. This is one of the issues Trubisky has had with deep ball accuracy. You did have Robinson beating his man out of the slot. I wanted to just see the route. So you got a fade with a drag. I'm not sure what they're running over here, but you could tell that's the play they were looking for schematically. And I liked it. Man coverage. I like that trying to get that one-on-one vertical shot. And I don't personally think Trubisky was rushed. And I do want to make sure people realize, there's objective things about football, but it's also in a subjective nature. So there's certain things where we can look at the same thing and some coach will be like, that's good. Some coach will be like, nah, that wasn't so good. So for me, that's a clean pocket. Enough to where that shouldn't have affected his throw. All right, so we're in a heavy formation with extra tight ends or 2 tight ends. So it's a play action. And this is a bad decision. And the thing about Trubisky, he rarely ever throws it away. He rarely ever eats it. And so at this point, you got play action. It's a 2-man route. So let's just go back. It's a 2-man route. All the tight ends are standing in to protect. You're going to have Robinson running a post across the middle. And then you got one-on-one on the opposite side with Anthony Miller. Looks like he's running a deep out or a comeback more so. And so you take that one-on-one shot. This is double coverage at best, at worst triple coverage, and it's a late throw. That's a bad decision. If you felt like Anthony Miller wasn't open, then you just throw the ball away. I don't care if it's third down. I hope it wasn't third down. I don't think it was. And you got all day to throw, and then you just throw a knuckler. That's just forcing the ball. That's a bad play. All right, so it's third down. I did see it this time. Trips to the left. And looks like our famous curl pattern, or one of the variations of it. So we got one guy on the vertical. Everybody else is running the curl. And I already know how I feel about that concept in general. But, it's a one-on-one shot, so you could take it. Looking at pass pro. You had a good pocket. Massey didn't do the best job, but you had a good pocket. And you can't zoom up enough to see if we want to put that on the receiver or if the defense made a play on it. But either way, I think you had pocket, you had time. Again, the scheme is just not great. So now we do a rollout. Let's see, play action roll. And this was ruled incomplete, even though it was, they said it was a fumble for a little bit. So we do just a waggle. And now I don't understand what's going on. I don't know if Miller's supposed to do that, if Miller was improvising, what was going on, because I've said this before. Now people in the national broadcast are saying it, so people are all now they want to listen. Our routes are too close sometimes, and even if it's just supposed to be a regular waggle, Robinson needs to get more depth or something. That's too close. You got too many defenders bunched up, and so that was just a little ugly from the beginning. Then we had the big, whole thing, and so ended up becoming incomplete. So looking at this, you got play action. Now, you naked. You got no extra blockers here, so you got to make a decision. Now, that doesn't help. At that point, I understand trying to extend the play. You know what? I'm not going to knock him for that. Go ahead. Go ahead, Trubisky. Try to extend the play. Everybody else is doing it. Traditional quarterback play would tell you to eat that, but not the sack, but to throw it away and eat that play. But, it's not exactly traditional anymore. So 4th down. Bunch of trips. Got a motion. You could tell players don't know what's going on. Everybody's looking like, what is happening? Not a good sign, but we already talked about that before. And as a result, you have 2 players run the exact same route. And this is the stuff I'm talking about. You have Cohen and Wims running the same route. Now, you could be running a trail route where one person comes and the second person comes similar. If that's the case, then they should have had them release better, because they just ended up running the same thing. And you just see us not able to execute things that should be easy to execute for every other team that you watch. And it comes down to a lot of technique stuff, and I've seen people trying to blame position coaches instead of Nagy. Again, I think everybody's but I will say that if somebody's going to go first, if I'm Nagy, I'm like, yeah, we got to get rid of position coach. There's no excuse for the way some of these routes are being ran and whatnot. Although Nagy's concepts aren't helping. All right, so trips to the left. Quick pass. See that again. And so they try to run a pick play, essentially, with this double slant. Robinson, who was not good at pick plays, he just runs into people and it looks like he's blocking. But the press is really good. And then the pass is a little too high. But we still got to count that as a drop. And I'm guessing, no, that was 2nd down. So I'm okay with us with that. I mean, it's short, but I'm okay with us going for that. We just got to execute better. We got to execute against the press, and we got to execute our picks better because they look super illegal. All right, 1st down and goal, or almost goal. And this is, I believe, that concept again, the curl concept. They'll do one person. Nope, this is different. Curl inside. Either way, we got the one-on-one vertical. I like the shot. I like taking that shot. You know his man, or you figure his man coverage. Either cover 1, which it looks like, so no safety over the middle. So he tries to back shoulder it. I mean, the ball could have been better, but also I got to say the receiver could have caught that. And again, pocket's nice. And they didn't have much pass rush. I don't even know if Trubisky got sacked. But they really did not have much pass rush this game. I remember thinking that while I was watching, he really has all day. Especially compared to some of the teams we played. Play action. And this is Trubisky waiting too long, man. I remember this just in placement. Put this in front of him. There's nothing but green space here. Put it over this shoulder where only he could catch it. And so you look at the timing of the pass, you look at the placement of the ball, and you have Robinson who has to slow down. Instead of hitting him in stride and putting the ball where he could run onto the ball, you put it slightly behind him. He has to slow down, gives the corner time to recover, and jump the ball. I'm telling you, look, most cornerbacks, like 90% of them, the plays they make are on bad balls. A lot of time, it's not like the quarterback did exactly what it's supposed to do, but this guy's just so good. Most time, cornerbacks are just capitalizing off a mistake of a quarterback. Or, if they accidentally throw it to him because of messed up route communication, or if it gets tipped. That's usually all interceptions end up being. For cornerbacks, at least, excuse me. And once again, not sure what this route combination is supposed to be. So Miller releases outside. I don't know if this is supposed to be a wheel route. Like, I don't know if Patterson just didn't run that post strong. I don't know what, but they ended up in the same spot. So already you don't have anything over there. So at the top of the screen, we got this drag. We got this curl. But obviously the pass rush was too much. We got a blitz. So let's see what we can see. So we got 4 coming. Actually, there was no blitz. It was just a 4-man pressure. And what happened was, this is a coverage sack. So let's count it, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, about almost 4 seconds. Now what happens is his initial reads to Miller's side is not there. Now Daniels is not doing a great job, neither is Leno. So combination of the two. I wouldn't even say exactly a coverage sack, but they don't really have great pass rushers, as evidenced most of the game. So I tend to say coverage sack there. As you can see now, they just standing around. They don't pass rush that well. And that's just a drop by Robinson. Let's see what we run. What the hell? I'm sorry, I cannot. What is this man's fascination with curl routes? Look at what there's going to be a flat. There's going to be one curl, and it's going to be the second curl. It's going to look like a little stack. You got boom. I got one curl. Boom. I got another curl. And I get it. It's creating levels and all that, but this is weird. Like, what? Who runs these things? I don't understand. Well, I don't understand the frequency in which we run them, I should say. So you got Tariq Cohen out on this side. It's going to take some attention. Robinson, it looks like Robinson actually does a scramble drill, so he was supposed to curl as well, which that's the dumbest play to me. Now he goes out to green space. I hate Trubisky's throwing motion, but it looked like it was a drop. Honestly, I can't tell from the far angle. It looks like Robinson just dropped it, but I don't know if Trubisky put that in the dirt. Like I said, not great pass rushers. We got all day against our line. And so, yeah, that was just a drop. All right, and that's it. So not too long, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like, I think other people are like, oh man, I'm realizing this. And for me, I'm like, I've been saying the same stuff. So to me, I've felt confident in what I see. And it's more the same. And the only difference is you're going against a much less talented defense, or less executing defense. And so some things look better than they usually do. So anyway, go to the comment section. Let me know what you think. Share it around. Get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.